Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Illinois Association for College Admission and Counseling Virtual College Fair. I'd like to thank you all for joining us here today. Just a few housekeeping items before we do get started. There is a Q&A button feature at the bottom of your screen, which you can use to enter in questions to our presenters at any time. If you do have a question for a specific college, be sure to mention that college within your question. Your camera and microphone are turned off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this is also just one of many sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional ones as well. This presentation is also being recorded and will be available in a week or at the same site where you registered. Now, without further ado, I'd like to turn it over to our first institution of our session, which is Grace College.
Thank you so much. I'm going to share my screen here. All right. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening. My name is Jesse Hormeyer, and I am on the admissions staff here at Grace College. I am a Grace grad, class of 2020. So a very recent graduate. I graduated with my undergraduate in business and my master's in business administration through one of the four-year programs that Grace offers. But enough about me. I want to share more about the school that I graduated with and the different opportunities a Grace degree has. So Grace was founded in 1948 in the summer resort town of Winona Lake. Since then, we have grown to a 180-acre campus that runs right up next to the village of Winona Lake. So there's a lot of different shops and restaurants that students, families, and people in the surrounding area can enjoy. Grace, like I said, has grown. Within the past few years, we've seen growth of 2 new dorms, a renovation to our science complex, and even this year we are renovating our dining commons for the fall of 2021. So students who are coming in will be able to enjoy that. Grace is a diverse campus. We have high academic standards with dedicated faculty and staff. There's around 1,300 students on campus. And through each of those students, we have a 96% career outcome rate. Our mission is to prepare students for lifelong careers of service, no matter what your field of study is. We are a Christian university, so faith integration is going to be at the core of your education. We do Grace emphasizes a biblical worldview and teaches our students to own their faith in the inerrant and inspired word of God. Cars on campus are allowed by first-year students, so you have the opportunity to be able to explore Winona Lake and the surrounding areas as well. I mentioned earlier that we have 2 new residence halls within the past 4 years, but there's a lot of different housing options for students to be able to experience that true college experience. We have a 24-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So we are committed to offering an intimate learning environment where students are going to receive ample attention and support. We do offer locked-in tuition. So the tuition you pay your first year is never going to be higher. So having that reassurance is a great factor in the college journey. Then on to academics. Grace offers over 90 different majors and minors. You can see that we offer from behavioral science to business, communication, history, math and sciences. There's a lot of different combinations that you can do to prepare you for a career in the future. Now we know that campus life is a big part of what your college experience is going to be like, and the community here at Grace is something I can say confident that every student loves about Grace. Since we are a Christian college, you will be able to attend chapel, get involved, learn, and grow as a community of classmates and hallmates, faculty and staff all join in on that. We offer intramurals, athletic events, lake days. You'll be able to get involved in the serve days, supermarket sweep, which is a really fun event that takes place in the fall, and the joust in the spring. But campus life is something that all our students love being a part of. Students also have resources to different things to help them while being a student, and again, that career readiness. So we have a learning center. All of this is free for students to be able to use. We have a career service, a department dedicated to working with students and getting them internships and real life experiences even before graduation. And if you are a student that is looking for student employment, there are a handful of different options there. Like I said, affordability is a big part of what Grace strives to do. So again, we have that locked-in tuition. You can complete your undergrad in 3 years, or you can combine that with a master's and complete that in 4 years. 99% of our students do receive financial assistance through merit scholarships, federal, state, and other Grace grants. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to give me a phone call, send me an email. I'd be more than happy to talk with you guys more about the ways of Grace. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for giving us that presentation. Up next, we have Rockford University.
You left the program. Oh, it's back here. What'd you do that for?
I don't know what's happening.
Go over, click over here. Now you can speak.
All right. Hello,
Everybody-
everyone. I'm having some technical difficulties here.
So can everybody hear you?
Are you able to hear me, Clarissa?
Yes, I can.
Okay, and what are we seeing here? Because my screen,
We are seeing your Zoom page.
okay. Let me new share. Okay, there we go. And
There you go. That looks perfect.
okay. All right. Are we good?
We are good to go.
All right, wonderful. Welcome, everyone. My name is Anne. I'm one of the admission counselors at Rockford University. Rockford University is located in Rockford, Illinois, the top of the state. We're about an hour west of Chicago. We're on 150 beautiful park-like acres. We have 10 residence halls, free parking, free laundry. We also allow students to have cars. There's no requirement to live on campus. We have nearly 1,300 students from around the world and the country. We have 110 international students right now. Our faculty to student ratio is 10-1, but more importantly, our average class size is only 15. And we have 12 Division III athletic programs and competitive esports. Our students have many resources to support them. Our Center for Learning Strategies is the hub of our academic support on campus. We provide one-on-one peer tutors and study groups free of charge. Our career services will help you every step of the way to get that job of your dreams. Lang Health Center is right there on campus to attend to any health or mental health needs. You can study abroad, and as a matter of fact, we have agreements with 4 international universities that you can go there for the same tuition as Rockford, and your financial aid goes with you. We also have the Student Opportunity Fund, and that allows our students to take advantage of multiple different learning opportunities. Admission to Rockford University is fairly simple. We have a free and fast online application. If you have a GPA of 2.65 or better, you will be admitted to Rockford University. We don't have any deadlines. And if you do not have the 2.65, we'll do a holistic assessment of your application. So don't let these numbers scare you. All of our undergraduate students receive a scholarship. Many of our students are able to come without a parent contribution, and many are able to come for under $10,000. So do not let the price stop you from applying to Rockford University. So Rockford, as I said, is located at the top of the state. We're the third largest city in Illinois. We're within 90 miles of Chicago, Madison, Wisconsin, and Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We do have several semi-pro sports teams, which our physical education majors absolutely love because they can intern with them. And we have many restaurants, we have great theater, we have wonderful restaurants, coffee shops, amazing museums, gardens, and galleries. And our students often take advantage of the wonders of our city. I did want to mention, since I have just a little bit more time, that our top majors are business, education, psychology, performing arts, and nursing. Those are our most popular majors. So if that sounds like a good match for you, please get online at rockford.edu, and we would love to share more with you about us. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for giving us that presentation. As a reminder to our participants, if you do have questions for any of the institutions you're seeing here today, definitely don't hesitate to put those in the Q&A. Up next, we have Ferris State University.
Okay, hopefully you're able to see my screen. My name is Deb Savitas, and I am the regional recruiter for out-of-state recruitment for Ferris State University. Ferris is located in West Central Michigan in rural Big Rapids. We were established in 1884, and on the screen, you can see our very first graduating class. And it's important to note that in that first graduating class in 1884, in a time when women had a difficult time getting into universities, 5 of the 15 graduates are women. And so that is a point of pride for us. Some quick facts about the school. We have about 11,000 students, about 8,000 on campus. We are a medium-sized state university, and we have students coming from 44 different states and 39 countries. With that being said, the majority of our students do still come from Michigan because that's where we're best known. I think we're Michigan's best known secret, or best kept secret. Our student to teacher ratio is 16:1, and our average class size is about 23. The average GPA at the school is about 3.33, and a quarter of our students are first generation, which means their parents did not attend a university. And so we have extra support for those students in case they need it. The requirements for admission are a 2.5 GPA. We look for one of the 2 test scores, not both, a 17 ACT or a 900 SAT. You can come in test optional with a 2.75 GPA though. And if COVID made it so that you were not able to take the test, we do have GPA only admissions at this time. But remember that the average GPA is 3.33. If you decide to transfer, we look for a 2.0 with 12 transferable credits and English and math for placement. We have over 190 different degree granting programs and associates all the way through doctoral degrees. It's a very eclectic mix, and I'm not going to read all of them to you, but I do want you to know what we have to offer. In the College of Arts and Sciences and Education, the associates are on the left, the masters are on the right, the bachelors are in the center. Some of the really big programs are the biology pre-med, pre-pharmacy, pre-optometry, psychology, social work, and journalism in this college. And then the College of Business, We have, again, the associates on the left, the masters on the right, business administration, criminal justice, digital animation and game design, television and digital media production, music and entertainment business, professional golf and professional tennis management are some of the really big ones here. In the College of Engineering Technology, the only one with a wait list is welding. And if you're interested in welding, apply as soon as you can because it can be a lengthy wait list. But we have architecture, we have automotive, heavy equipment, HVAC, mechanical engineering, plastics, a lot of great programs there as well. In the College of Health Professions, again, we have the associates and the masters listed. We have nursing all the way through the doctoral degree, dental hygiene, nuclear medicine, so quite a bit to choose from there. And then our two biggest doctoral programs are the College of Pharmacy and the College of Optometry. And those are 3+4 programs, meaning in 7 years, you are a doctor of either pharmacy or optometry. As far as support, once you come to campus, we have education and career counseling. We have structured learning assistance classes, academic literacy center where you can turn your papers in for feedback before you hand them in for a grade, disability services. We have the Center for Latino Studies, the Multicultural Student Service Center, professional counseling. There's a clinic right on campus. So we do have a lot of support. We have free tutoring for all of our students, a lot of support for you on campus once you get here. Dining and housing makes up about half of your cost on campus. We do require students who are freshmen coming in to live on campus their first year only. After that, you can live wherever you like, but if you choose to stay on campus, we do have apartments and townhouses on campus for you to live in as well. All of our meal plans, including the very cheapest one, are all you care to eat. And so that's something to consider as well. We have lots of ways to be involved on campus. One way is to get involved in a live-learn community. Honors program is the most well-known, but all of them are community focused. They give you enhanced academic opportunities, leadership opportunities, and they will help you when you go to look for that first job or your grad program. If you don't want to live in a live-learn community, we do have registered student organizations you can get involved in. We actually have about 250 of them, and they're academic-based, faith-based, and special interest-based. So you can get involved that way. It helps you make friends right away. It helps you to get involved on campus and have a voice on campus, which is what we want. If you are a student athlete, we are Division II. The varsity sports are listed here. Hockey is the exception, that is Division I. And if you're an athlete, but you don't want to play a varsity sport, we do have club sports and intramural sports as well that you can be involved with. If you can't find one that you love, you can create your own, and then you leave that legacy behind when you graduate. So that's kind of a nice thing. The cost of attending, with everything total, room, board, tuition, fees, travel home a couple times a semester, you're looking at about $25,000 a year before any financial aid hits or any scholarships. That's a fluid number because we're basing that on 14 credit hours a semester, but we do have a cost of attendance calculator on our website, as all universities do. We also have merit scholarships for students coming in, and that's all I have to say. Our application is free. It's on our website. We have rolling admissions, so you can apply anytime. There is no deadline. And thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for giving us that presentation. Up next, we have Augustana College.
Hi guys, isn't this a fun way to learn about colleges and universities? I am going to talk to you a little bit about Augustana today. I just happen to work specifically with students from the Chicagoland area, but there's someone awesome like me that serves all parts of the state. So first, I wanted to tell you just a little bit about our location. Augustana is located in the Quad Cities, so it's just a quick 2.5, 3-hour drive from the Chicagoland area, about 100 miles from Peoria, 2 hours from Bloomington, 2.5 hours from Springfield, or about 4 hours from the St. Louis area. The Quad Cities is a great place to be a college student. We have a population of about 400,000, and there's an incredible amount of things to do. So great shopping, awesome restaurants, culture and fun, museums, award-winning minor league baseball field to even catch a game. There's internship opportunities, including Fortune 500 companies with very little student competition. Our students love to spend time on campus, but really appreciate the opportunity to explore different personalities of each of the Quad Cities as well. So who are we? We have about 2,500 students, small enough for personal attention, but not too small. We have an 11-to-1 student to teacher ratio. This symbolizes a commitment to making sure that nobody gets lost in the crowd. We have an average class size of 18. So students really get to know their professors and peers, and everyone gets to learn from one another. We do have about 90 different majors and related areas of study. About 40% of our students have more than just one major. Our large areas include business, health sciences, elementary and secondary education, psychology and neuroscience, and something called communication sciences and disorders. We have 2 new majors, data analytics and kinesiology. And actually kinesiology will be in our brand new Peter J. Lindbergh MD Center for Health and Human Performance that's opening this fall. You also go to college to have a lot of fun. And so you don't just go to get a great education. So Augustana students are really involved. They have an incredible ability to balance their studies and other passions, and we want to support them in doing so. 1 in 3 of our students are varsity athletes. We're in the NCAA Division III in the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin. Athletes at Augustana can lead clubs, have jobs, participate in internships. Lucas Simon over on the far right-hand side at the top right, he's actually from Chicago. I worked with him a couple of years ago. He did an internship at Abbott Labs in accounting and actually supported the research and development finance team, and went on to be a prestigious winner of a scholarship from the Illinois CPA Association. You'll also see that 1 in 4 of our students participate in a performing arts ensemble, so you don't have to be a music major to sing in the choir or a theater major to be involved in a play. Some of our opportunities for those students with a love of fine arts are orchestra, choir, symphonic band, jazz band, and opera, just to name a few. And we do have lots of different organizations, so over 150 different organizations and clubs, so something for everyone. A club to train therapy dogs, a radio station and a newspaper on campus, our own crew team that rows on the Mississippi River, active fraternity and sorority life, intramurals, club sports, an equestrian club, Darwin club, and really everything in between. But nothing better symbolizes balance than NCAA academic All-American rankings. These students are being recognized for outstanding academic and athletic achievements. We rank in the top 10 in the nation across all divisions, and we rank #1 in Illinois. We're only behind schools like MIT, Stanford, Penn State, Notre Dame, Nebraska, and Emory. I also wanted to tell you about Augustana's one-of-a-kind program called Augie Choice. Since 2008, we have invested over $9 million in student-directed educational experiences. All students get $2,000 to use during their junior or senior year to use towards an internship, research, or study away opportunity. We certainly don't want money to stand in the way of allowing students to have these types of experiences, like seeing the Taj Mahal, if that's something that you're interested in doing. Juniors, you'll be able to start applying as of August 1st. So in about 6 months, which seems sort of crazy, Augustana has a holistic review for both admissions and for scholarships. You can fill out the common application or the Augustana application. We do have different decision plans. So early decision, binding, and non-binding plans include both early action and regular decision. You must submit your application, your transcript, and secondary school report. So supplemental materials would include ACT or SAT scores, recommendations, and/or an interview. We have been test optional since 2007 and are really comfortable making great admissions decisions without the use of test scores. So there's that. Lastly, what to do next? Come visit us. We are still accepting applications for the fall. But we have been offering safe in-campus, in-person visits since July. Tour with a current student, sit down and get your questions answered by an admissions counselor, meet in person or virtually with faculty members in your area of interest. And we also have lots of opportunities virtually. virtual tours, sitting on a virtual class, all kinds of great stuff. And finally, thank you. My time is about up. My contact information is in the bottom left-hand side. Have a good one, everyone.
Thank you so much for giving us that presentation. Up next, we have Illinois College.
Well, good evening, folks, and welcome. My name is John Tomaso, and I'm with the admission staff at Illinois College. And by the way, my colleague Michaela is with us as well, and she's waiting for you in the chat. So please reach out with any questions to Michaela. She's here to assist. So a bit about our school, and we talk a lot about being graduate ready at Illinois College. No matter where you'll be in 4.5 years, students, whether it's going down to graduate school, whether it's going out looking for a job, you will be ready. We really instill what we call lifelong learning skills, knowing that, knowing how to learn, how to continue to learn after you graduate college is really, really important. So that's really what we're all about with this Liberal Arts Foundation, and really preparing students well as they graduate from Illinois College. Okay, so here's our campus, a really beautiful campus. We're in central Illinois. We're in a town called Jacksonville, which is about 30 minutes west of Springfield, okay? And if you can see the photo here, you'll see, the campus is right in the middle of kind of a rural area. It's kind of a pretty old historic town. It's got the old-fashioned town square right in the center with the courthouse and some old historic buildings. You'll find little coffee shops, restaurants, bars right along the town square. And then going down an avenue we call College Avenue, you'll come upon this neighborhood with big, beautiful homes, trees everywhere, and there's the Illinois College campus. It's wooded, it's old, it's historic, and it's new at the same time. I want to mention we were the first college in the state of Illinois to confer a college degree. So we've been around since 1829. So again, you'll see kind of old historic buildings, but also you'll see new facilities, new labs, new technology, new dorms, new athletic facilities, really a nice combination of old and new at the same time. If I use one word to describe what we're all about, though, it's about community, where people really know each other, support each other, faculty know their students well. Our average class size is small. It's about, 16, 17 students, a really engaging environment. So think of your professor as more than just a teacher, someone who really mentors you, serves as your advisor, but helps you think about what will you do when you graduate? They connect you with some of their former students out working in different professions. So that professor really does a lot and wears many hats to service you at Illinois College. We know that you learn both in the classroom, but also you'll learn outside the classroom. So we talk a lot about things, what we call experiential learning or learning in action. The ability to go out and work part-time in your field before you graduate, and that's called an internship. Involvement on campus, different leadership opportunities, having fun at the same time. There's lots of different clubs, activities to kind of venture off and really find your niche, so to speak, on our campus. Research is big. We're only undergraduate students, so we have about 1,150 students total. Every one of those students is an undergraduate. So we emphasize undergrad research, where you'll have a chance to kind of apply what you've learned in your classrooms, in your labs, by doing your own work before you graduate. Perhaps maybe collaborating with one of your professors with her or his research at the same time. We do some travel overseas. Also, we have what we call breakaways, which are domestic kind of short-term trips where you're going to have some fun, but also you're going to learn at the same time. So there's always kind of an academic component to our breakaway trips, and we fund those for you, meaning those are free to you. Your expense is covered by us. Value is an important thing for us. We're a private school. I'll show you our price tag in a minute. It's large, but it's all about your net cost, not the full price, okay? We guarantee you'll finish in 4 years at Illinois College. If it takes you longer to graduate, it's on us, meaning we'll pay the extra tuition expense for you. Textbooks are included in your tuition expense at IC, which is unique. You don't see that at many schools. A lot of great third parties are saying some great things about us, whether it's US News, Forbes magazine. We've got a really solid reputation and a really long, rich reputation in the state of Illinois and really throughout the country. We're generous when it comes to scholarships and grants. Okay, I'll talk more about that in a second. But here's to apply. You can apply through 3 ways. Our own application online on our website. We're part of the Common Application, and also we're part of the Coalition application. When you apply, we'll look at you holistically, as you'll hear a lot about from a lot of schools. We've been test optional, though, for about 10 years, so we're not new to that game, and we really believe what you do day in and day out in your classroom says the most about you, your ability, your potential, more so than a 4-hour test that you'll take. So scholarships are readily available. They range anywhere from $13,000 up to $20,000, and they're annual, they're renewable each year, and they're automatic as well. There's a special scholarship. You visit our campus. If you fill out a FAFSA, you'll receive our Ready for Success Award. So just by visiting us, even virtually, you'll kind of click one or check one of the boxes to receive that scholarship. And there's our price tag, you guys. It's not, it's a large price tag, right? But as I talk to students every night, you know, and we talk about their net cost, it might be $7,000. It might be $9,000. It could be $3,000 per year. So it's all about your net cost, okay? So don't rule out any college based on its price tag. And again, we're really generous when it comes to scholarships and financial aid at IC. So we encourage you to reach out right now to my colleague, Michaela, who's on hand to answer any questions you have. Check us out virtually. And if you have a chance, come visit us in person. So we know there's lots of great colleges. You're hearing about 6 great schools tonight, right? It's all about which is the right one for you. There's so many options. So start doing the virtual visits now when it's safe and when you're able to visit campuses in person. So by next fall as a senior, you know exactly who you like, who you'd like to apply to. We hope IC will be part of that picture for you. And if we could be of assistance, please let us know. Thanks so much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for giving us that presentation. As a final reminder to our participants, if you do have questions, we're here to answer them. So definitely don't hesitate to drop those into the Q&A down below. Our final college for this session is Loyola.
I'm muted, still figuring out Zoom a year later. Welcome everyone. My name is Mary Alice Berg. I'm an associate director of admission in Loyola's admissions office. And it's so hard for me to talk about Loyola in only 6 minutes because there's so much good stuff to say. This first slide is just talking a little bit about Loyola by the numbers. We're a mid-sized institution. Loyola is a school that's big enough that we can offer 80 different majors, 2 amazing campuses in the city of Chicago, 150 programs for students to study abroad. But we're small enough that when you walk from class to class, you're going to run into your roommate and your friends and your professor from freshman year. So it's a nice size for a lot of different types of students. When our tour guides are giving their campus tours, a phrase that they frequently say is that Loyola is the best of both worlds. And what they mean by that is Loyola does have 2 campuses in the city of Chicago. We have a campus on the far north side, nestled right along Lake Michigan, called the Lakeshore campus. And those are actual pictures of campus. This is not photoshopped. This is where you'll start your freshman year. When you walk from class to class, you're not dodging buses, you're not crossing streets. You have this like really contained traditional campus while still being in the amazing city of Chicago. We do guarantee housing for all of our first and second year students, and we are a very heavily residential campus. So most of the students coming to Loyola are moving into the residence halls and kind of making Loyola their 24/7 experience. And then our second campus is right off of Michigan Avenue by the water tower. And this is where students will study in programs like business, education, communications, and social work. And being located at the water tower campus, they're just steps away from so many different internships and other opportunities in the city of Chicago. To connect our 2 campuses together, we do run a shuttle bus during the school year that goes back and forth from 7 a.m. until midnight, roughly every 20 minutes or so. So you have easy, fast, efficient service to get between the 2 campuses. You can also use public transportation to get back and forth too. One of my favorite things at Loyola is watching our students kind of start not really knowing how public transportation works. And by halfway through their first semester of freshman year, they are navigating the city like pros. It's really easy to pick up and it's so fun to like have the whole city at your disposal. Academically speaking, these are our different schools and colleges. Loyola does offer direct entry into all of our different programs. So that means if you're thinking about studying nursing, or you want to go into engineering, or you're thinking of going into graphic design, you can indicate that on your application, and we're going to admit you right into that major right away. So you can start taking classes right from the get-go, get your feet wet, see if it's something that you actually want to do. 40%, a little less than that, of our students, though, do come in undecided. So if you're in the audience today and you're you're like, holy cow, Mary Alice, I have no idea what I want to do, you have plenty of time to figure it out. And our core curriculum is going to kind of help you get there. So 80 different majors. And then the last stat that I like to point out on here is one of the statistics that makes me the most proud at Loyola. Of all the colleges and universities across the country, we're in the top 50 for our commitment to undergraduate teaching. So, you know, Loyola is a school where your professors are excited to like teach you and get you pumped about these different subjects and connect you to internships and research experiences and things like that. The other thing that Loyola is very hands-on. Being in the city of Chicago, you don't need to save experiences like internships or doing service or finding a job. That's not something that you just do in the summer at Loyola. That's something that you can do during the semester while you're taking classes. So you can see that the slide that every single student at Loyola, in order to graduate, has to have at least one engaged learning experience. So that might be an internship, it might be doing research, it might be doing service learning, field work is something that's really common in nursing and social work, and then a public performance. Maybe you're coming to Loyola to study in our amazing Department of Fine and Performing Arts, and you're going to do a public performance for that final experience. We help you find these opportunities. So Loyola is a school where, you know, you're going to have lots of different offices that you can go to say, I want to do research, help me find my position. There's lots of humans on this campus that want to connect you to these opportunities and make sure that your Loyola experience is like really what you want it to be on campus. And then the last slide on here is just my reminder that, you know, I only had 6 minutes to talk to you. I have about a minute left. This is hopefully just the beginning of your relationship with Loyola. So you can see my contact information up on the screen. You can ask questions to our current students via email or text. This summer, we will be open for more campus visits, especially for our rising students. Right now, they're just limited to admitted seniors. But admissions is here to help you. So whether it's an online event or maybe it's just shooting me an email tonight so we can sit down sometime this week and talk more specifically about what you want to study. I'm excited to be on this journey with you as you discover where you're going to college. And I promise at Loyola, you're going to find a whole bunch of people with the same amount of energy and enthusiasm about this school as I gave to you today. And then my last plea is just a big old favor to everyone in the audience. We are going to the NCAA tournament. Our game is Friday at 3 o'clock on TBS. So if any of you are sports fans, Loyola could use you in Rambler Nation. So that's our squad celebrating after their last game. They're so fun to watch, and I hope you join us for the game and then eventually join us on campus as a Rambler. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you to all of our institutions for giving us more information about them. I will invite all of them to come back just to give you guys a little more insight to their favorite things that they offer. And the question we'll be answering is, what is your favorite event or tradition on your campus? And we'll start with Grace College.
That's a good one because there's so many different events that students enjoy, and I even enjoyed as a student of Grace. But I'd say the biggest one that I enjoyed the most was the joust, and that is kind of like our Olympic style competition. All campuses, it's dorms against dorms fighting for I think it's a big prize, but there's over 100 different events students can get involved with that specific event.
Rockford University.
My favorite day at Rockford University is move-in day, and that's because I think it really exemplifies what Rockford University is all about. So our new students, as they're moving in, they do not carry their own things in. We have the football team there, and our university presidents and vice presidents are all there, and they'll be carrying in your things to welcome you to Rockford University.
Ferris State.
My favorite event is actually a series of events called Bulldog Beginnings. And the main street in downtown shuts down and they have all kinds of events for students. We have a shuttle that runs you out to stores where they have sales for students. We have a game called Sock Wars, which is kind of like tag, only you throw socks at each other, but they have to be clean. And so it's just a series of really fun events to get to know one another. And it's the best week or so of campus, I think. And it sets up for a lot of service opportunities as well throughout the year.
Augustana College.
My favorite event is called Slew Fest, and I think it's, well, not I think, it is a music festival. It's an all-day, almost a whole weekend music festival that's planned and orchestrated by our student body. I think it's just really representative of the Augustana spirit, and that students wanted to do this and the campus let them, and it's just a great event.
Illinois College?
Yeah, great question. First, I'll say there's lots of tradition at IC, lots of tradition. But one thing is the relationship between faculty and students. So when students first arrive on our campus, all the faculty are lined up there to greet them and welcome them to the campus, to the community, which is what we're all about. And the cool part is, in 4 years when they graduate, we kind of do the reversal where the faculty then walk them kind of off campus to kind of have closure to that 4-year experience. Certainly there's not closure because you're always an alumnus of IC lifelong, but there's lots of traditions, but it's all about community. And I think that's one of the neat things that kind of shows that. Thanks.
In Loyola?
Every spring we have this event that's called the Weekend of Excellence, and it's like when we celebrate all the great things that our students do during the school year. So for example, all the students that do research at Loyola have the opportunity to like present posters where they talk about the research that they did. And every year I volunteer for that event to be an evaluator. And even when I walk around, I like don't understand what some of the science students are even talking about, but I'm like so amazed at all the great work that our students are doing. So it's public performances. Like, it's such an amazing weekend celebrating like all the stuff that students are doing in addition to just like going to classes every day.
Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we appreciate any feedback you can give us. This is also just one of many sessions taking place. There are more tomorrow, so definitely go sign up for those as well. And in about a week, you'll be able to find the sessions recording at the same site where you registered. Again, thank you all for joining us, and have a good evening.
Bye, everyone. Good luck to you. Go Ramblers.